Shalom and welcome to Jewish TV.media. Today's topic is Jewish identity in Halakha and Jewish law, and this is a very emotional email that I've received. Dear Rabbi Ullman, after reading your answers to numerous questions on a variety of topics, I have mastered the courage to email you an anonymous question. I could tell you that it is a question relevant to a friend, but I'll be honest and tell you that it is a personal question that is really bothering me. I was raised in a traditional Jewish family that was always proud of its Jewishness. We have Friday night Shabbat meals every week, receive Jewish education, celebrate all of the holidays. We were certainly taught about the importance of marrying within the faith. I had my bat mitzvah in a synagogue with a group of girls, and the preparation had cemented my commitment to one day establish a beautiful Jewish home on the foundations of our heritage and tradition. Why am I telling you all this? Recently my mother had told me and my younger brother that she was adopted at birth. My grandmother is not her biological mother. After the initial shock, I have asked my mother if her biological mother is Jewish, and she replied that from her research she believes that she is, but at the moment has not any hard evidence to prove it. That was the reason why when she married my father, they did it in a liberal temple and not in an Orthodox synagogue. I'm still in shock from the revelation and have no one to speak to about it. I have decided to email you because I know that you are one of the rabbis on the Sydney Beth Din and an expert in things to do with Jewish law, marriage, identity, etc. At the same time, I want to, at least for the moment, keep my identity anonymous, so I chose this email forum. I want to understand how the situation will affect my life. I'm going out with a great Jewish guy from a similar Jewish type of a family. We're not talking marriage, but I can see it happening eventually. I can't imagine getting married any other way except Orthodox. Firstly, because I believe it to be the authentic Jewish way, and also I want my marriage to be recognized everywhere. I would appreciate if you would clarify my position, options, and everything else connected with my predicament. Looking forward to your answer, RS in Sydney. I could see how much this email affected the young lady, and I've answered immediately. We know that it is one of the foundations of Jewish law, of the Torah, that when the Torah was given some 3,300 something years ago, it was also decided divinely, mihu Yehudi, who is a Jew, and was defined that a Jewish person is either somebody born from a Jewish mother, or converted according to halakha, according to Jewish law, through a Beth Din that is doing it according to halakha. And this is the way a Jew is defined, irrespective of how a person feels. Some people, they may feel very Jewish and identify as being Jewish, but halakhically they're not, and vice versa. Some people could be very unidentified Jews, unaffiliated Jews, which it means very little to them, but they are Jewish whether they like it or not. And as such, we believe that, according to halakha, that the only person that a Jewish man can marry is a Jewish woman, and vice versa. The only man a Jewish woman can marry is a Jewish man. And we believe also in a concept of soulmates, that you can actually share a neshama, a soul, but that can only be a Jew shares a soul with a Jew and a non-Jew with a non-Jew. And therefore, that is the way it's defined. And sometimes we have situations where either one's status is not clear. We have many cases coming to us when people want to research the status. They believe they could be Jewish, but they lack documents, and we'll help them research. Sometimes it's a situation when, such as yourself, there's adoption involved, and we have to look into it and find out if in fact your biological grandmother was Jewish or not. And sometimes it's very difficult to get to the bottom of it. In such a case, we have to resort to what is called giyur misafek, which means a conversion in order to alleviate all doubts. In fact, it is a giyur, but the giyur does not make a statement that the person wasn't Jewish. It says that if in fact the person is Jewish, then it just will be a spiritual experience. And if a person is not, in fact not Jewish, then there the conversion process will make him into a Jew. Now, in order to be able to, and for that reason, by the way, when a couple gets married, in every organized country, there's a central authorization. In other words, to go to a Beth Din, and the Beth Din makes sure that there's no halachic impediment from a couple from getting married. This is the case in countries such as Israel, South Africa, England, now in Australia. We make sure to assist the couple that the marriage is a halachic one. And I will encourage this young lady to also to come and she is in fact has subsequently spoken to me about it. But what is important to say is that we have many such cases when people come who are brought up as Jews, they identify as Jews, and for some reason they found out there is a halachic impediment or halachic question mark on the Jewish identity. And we always assist them to be able to go through a process in a very sensitive way and with full confidentiality. That sometimes it's something which does not have to be known in the community itself. So wish everybody a very good day, and we'll see you later on at JewishTV.media.
JewishTV.media